Welcome to the Tokyo Bill, a short news brief on recent events in and around Japan. Today is June 12, 2024. In gaming news, the map area of Assassin's Creed Shadows Japan is roughly similar in size to Egypt in Origins, according to Ubisoft Quebec's Associate Game Director Simon Lemay-Comtois. The game's Japanese setting is said to be smaller than Valhalla in terms of territory, with a focus on the valleys of Japan where most of the interesting content is located. The map is described as mountainous, with small mountains and valleys featuring cool temples and castles. The story of Assassin's Creed Shadows takes place in 16th century Japan, focusing on central Japan and key historical locations such as Kyoto and Osaka. The size of the map is dictated by the scope of the story Ubisoft wants to cover, making sure it feels like a credible adventure as players move between key locations. Moving on to Olympics news. In a men's soccer preliminary match, Japan defeated the United States 2-0 with goals from Shota Fujio and Mao Hosoya. Despite the loss of midfielder Rihito Yamamoto, stretchered off due to an injury, U.S. coach Marko Mitrovic expressed disappointment in their team's performance, but believes they are capable of better. The first goal came from a penalty kick awarded to Japan after a handball by Brian Reynolds, while the second goal was scored by Hosoya off a deflection. Undisputed super bantamweight boxing champion Naoya Inoue expressed his desire to fight in the United States again, following his win of the Fighter of the Year award. The 31-year-old, known as Monster, wants to capitalize on his increased recognition and has mentioned potentially staying in his weight division for several more matches. Inoue last fought in the United States in 2021, defeating Michael Dasmariñas. He has dominated opponents since moving up to super bantamweight, including victories against fighters from the United States, the Philippines, and Mexico. In beer news, beer and quasi-beer sales in Japan increased by 1% in volume during the month of May, compared to the previous year, marking the second consecutive month of growth according to data from 4 major brewers. Sales to restaurants and bars saw a 2% increase, supported by good weather during the Golden Week holidays in early May. Beer sales went up by 12%, while Happoshu quasi-beer saw a 6% increase. However, third segment beer sales increased by 18%. Kirin Brewery Company reported a 2% rise in sales with their new beer brand Harikaze performing well. Sapporo Breweries also saw a 5% increase in sales, attributed to the positive brand image of their black label beer. This has been the Tokyo Bill. I've been and remain Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.